of growing internet censorship and escalation in hate speech laws, we've certainly slipped so far down the slope of restrictions on free speech that it was only inevitable and only a matter of time that we would reach a point where the police would raid a person's house for calling a politician a bad name. Perhaps most galling, Germany claims that this is done in support of free speech. According to Secretariano and Schultz, the authorities in Germany argue that they are encouraging and defending free speech by providing space where people can share opinions without fear of being attacked or abused. Yes, because nothing says free speech quite like a police raid on a person's home and possible seizure of their devices because they expressed an opinion on the internet that an authoritarian government didn't like. Now, on the subject of censorship, I have another story for you today. Let's listen to New Zealand's Jacinda Ardern and her recent speech at the UN General Assembly.
This week we launched an initiative alongside companies and non-profits to help improve research and understanding of how a person's online experiences are curated by automated processes. It's also been important in understanding more about mis and disinformation online, a challenge that we must as leaders address.
Yes, because you wouldn't want the general public being able to do their own research and discover that the narratives being fed to them in the mainstream media on behalf of their politicians and governments are a bunch of bullshit.
As leaders, we're rightly concerned that even the most light touch approaches to disinformation could be misinterpreted as being hostile to the values of free speech that we value so highly.
Yeah, I'm sure you value free speech so highly. I can just hear the sincerity in your cringe, fake, emotional delivery.
But while I cannot tell you today what the answer is to this challenge, I can say with complete certainty that we cannot ignore it. To do so poses an equal threat to the norms we all value. After all, how do you successfully end a war if people are led to believe the reason for its existence is not only legal but noble?
I personally think the war is an excuse for globalists to restrict our energy, food, and contribute to more economic turmoil. But regardless, it should be none of my country's business because we're supposed to be neutral in our world.
How do you tackle climate change if people do not believe it exists?
Climate change does exist. Man-made climate change is bullshit because it dishonestly depicts CO2 as a pollutant, when in fact, it's kind of essential for life to exist.
How do you ensure the human rights of others are upheld when they are subjected to hateful and dangerous rhetoric and ideology? The weapons may be different, but the goals of those who perpetuate them is often the same.
Weapons? Weapons? I'm sorry, are you referring to a person's freedom to express themselves online as a weapon? You're a bloody weapon.
To cause chaos and reduce the ability of others to defend themselves. To disband communities. To collapse the collective strength of countries who work together.
The Prime Minister of New Zealand,
This
and
speech is not only nonsensical, it smacks of
they're
desperation.
stopping people from having free speech on the internet
Because
because words are weapons. It sounds like a poem, or I think it's a song I've heard.
What
Words
are
are
you on
weapons
about?
like knives.
Talk about melodramatic. This is the kind of rhetoric from authoritarian.
So if you insult somebody online, they come to your house, the police, and they warn you you're going to go to jail because you insulted somebody online.
Without which, all other rights inevitably fall, as history has
But
shown.
only if you go against, you know, the narrative that they're speaking about. If you disagree and you go to jail.
But there is cause for optimism.
And the Prime Minister of New Zealand is so smug.
And you too to overcome it. So we've already seen such tools.
So if you disagree with her,
Tools of social media.
you're going to get warned to then get put behind bars for disagreeing with her.
Tools of the globalists will be legal ones.
For every attempt to push the world into chaos is a collective conviction to bring us back to order. We have the means. We just need the collective will.
And the order she speaks of? The order of the ruling class knows. In the end, all that's really being communicated here is that they don't want people being able to disagree with them. Nothing new, really. But I do hear desperation and worry in a speech like this. Only the worst and weakest ideas require censorship because they cannot stand up to logical arguments and debate. In the end, the globalist model will collapse because it cannot withstand the truth, and more people are seeing through their lies. Thank you very much for watching this video. I do need your help to continue to keep doing this work. Please follow the link below to my subscribe star. You can help me to continue to keep pumping out these videos. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.